Survival Family. Hey guys, welcome to our channel, Mystery Recap. In today's video, we're going to recap a 2016 movie named Survival Family. So stick with us till the end. The Suzukis are a family of four who live in an area outside Tokyo. At the start of the movie, they are in their tiny apartment. Yoshiyuki Suzuki, the father, is watching TV while his son Kenji and daughter Yui are on their phones. The family spends almost no time together and relies on technology for all of their entertainment. Yoshiyuki wakes up late the next morning and finds that his alarm clock isn't working. He runs outside and asks his wife Mitsue what time it is, but none of the clocks work. Mitsue also tells him that because of a power outage, nothing that uses electricity is working. Yui wakes up and freaks out when she sees that neither the air conditioner nor the TV are working. Yoshiyuki tries to call the power company, but not only is the power out, but so is the phone lines. The father and his kids get dressed quickly and leave for work and school. They see people waiting for the elevator, but soon finds out that the power outage has also stopped the elevator. Everyone on the floor goes downstairs, puzzled by the sudden and strange power outage. Yoshiyuki is already late, so he runs for the train station, where he runs into more people. It turns out that the outage has stopped the train, so they won't be able to go through it until further notice. People try to take the bus as an alternative, but none of the other electric or gas-powered systems are working. At the same time, Kenji is riding his bike to school. The city, which is usually busy, has no running cars or trucks. Kenji keeps riding his bike and is surprised to see that everyone is walking to work. Two adults even look at the kid's bike because they are jealous of him. When Yoshiyuki finally gets to the office, he finds that the front doors have been closed by themselves. Even stranger is the fact that none of their watches work, so they have no idea what time it is. After some thought, two of his co-workers broke the glass door and went into work, but they soon feel bad when they find out that the computers in the office have also run out of power. Mitsue meets her friends outside her apartment where they talk about the power outage. Her friends run to the store to buy candles for the night. Mitsue doesn't know what to do because she thinks the power will come back by night, but she still follows her friends. People stock up on food, water, and other things at the grocery store. Mitsue does the same and waits in a long line to pay. The cashier only accepts cash because the machines are broken. Some leave the line to get money from the ATM only to find it broken as well. Yoshiyuki's office staff know this isn't a normal power outage, but don't know why. Their boss sends them home because they need computers to work. Returning home, Yoshiyuki visits a bike shop. Yoshiyuki buys a bike despite the power outage raising prices. The Suzuki family eats dinner in peace by lighting candles around the house. Kenji goes to the bathroom but finds the toilet and taps broken. Yui doesn't understand why her taps don't work after the power went out. After dinner, the kids return to their rooms, but without phones or the internet. They get bored. The family then watches the sky from the balcony. The city's darkness enhances starlight. The family is finally spending time together. 3 days without power has damaged the family's apartment due to water shortages, dirty dishes and clothes piling up in the sink and the apartment. 3 days without electricity has changed people's lives. Yoshiyuki's boss orders everyone to stay home until the power returns. Yoshiyuki says they won't have money if they don't work, but his senior tells him to take care of his family. Tokyo will soon run out of food and water, making it hard to live there. Yoshiyuki watches his boss and family leave the office for the country. Yoshiyuki considers doing the same but hopes things will improve. Later, Mitsue and the crowd are sent back from a nearby water tank because it is empty. Yoshiyuki goes to the bank to get money, but the crowd pushes him around and he turns back. The power outage lasted 7 days. The power outage has closed all factories, offices, schools, and grocery stores. People are moving to the country more and more, so the Suzukis decide to do the same. The next day, they pack their bags to leave on their bikes early in the morning. The kids ride their own bikes and Yoshiyuki rides with Mitsue on the back of his. They have to buy water halfway, but all the stores charge too much for it. Mitsue haggles and gets some for a price that isn't too bad. They stop somewhere to rest and eat for the day, but as soon as they're done, they keep going. They finally get to the airport where they plan to catch a flight to Mitsue's hometown of Kagoshima, where her father lives. They were told that flights were still running, but they feel sad when they see a group of people outside the airport talking to officials about how bad things are. It turns out the flights were just canceled, and they won't start again until the power is back on. The family has nowhere else to go, so they end up in a nearby hotel. The hotel owner takes advantage of their situation and charges them a lot of money, but no one in the family is upset. At night, Yui suggests that they go back home, but Yoshiyuki says that there is no food or water left in Tokyo, so they can't live there. They will have to ride bikes to get to Kagoshima. The next day, Kenji and Yui go to a bookstore to buy a map so they can find their way around. While that is going on, Yoshiyuki's parents trade 2 bottles of his alcohol for a bike and some food. The family keeps going on their trip. After a few hours, they reach a highway where a lot of other travelers are also going to the country. At night, they find a camp and decide to spend the night there with other travelers. When a couple sees them drinking water and asks for some, the family says it's the last bottle, which isn't true. After eating the food, they go to sleep. The next day, they keep going until they reach a dark tunnel full of dead people. They are helped across by old ladies. It has been 16 days since the power went out. When the last bottle of water runs out, the family is by a river. Yoshiyuki has no other choice but to drink water straight from the river. After they leave, a huge storm hits, so the family has to leave their bikes and other things behind and take shelter in a nearby area. When they got back to their bikes after the storm, they saw that one of the tires had been damaged. Also, all of their clothes and food had been destroyed. Soon, they reach a nearby town. Yoshiyuki and Mitsui stay behind to rest while the kids go look for food and water. They are happy to find a grocery store, but when they get there, they see that all of the food is gone. Kenji tries to find a bike tire, but they are all sold out. He then finds battery water, which is just water that has been distilled and can be drunk. Yui feeds and returns the cats to their parents. She hates the cat food at first, but the family must make sacrifices to survive. Kenji fixes the flat tire with the cover of his phone and they keep going. They survive on battery water and cat food for a week before meeting campers on day 22. Campers demonstrate edible roadside weeds. One of them takes a non-digital photo of the family and promises to send it back when the power comes back on. They part after several hours. They reach an aquarium on day 43. Despite having a little food, the family lines up happily. When it's their turn, everything's sold. The fish seller ignores Yoshiyuki's pleas to give the kids some. A sad family travels but tires without food or water. They encounter Yoshiyuki eating an insect in a field. They spot a pig. Even though they're hungry, the family is happy when Yoshiyuki catches the pig. A man approaches and cuts the pig. Tanaka asks the family to help him get the pig to his farm. He feeds his family at home. They devour it because they haven't eaten in days. After a week, they return to the village. They reach a river after 3 days. They must cross the river because their map is old. Mitsui and Yui cross on a makeshift raft made of wood. Yoshiyuki and Kenji retrieve the bikes. Then it rains and Yoshiyuki is carried by the water. Kenji searches the water but only finds his father's wig. The family cries by the river over Yoshiyuki's death. They walk and rest after a while. The 3 people survive day 94 with Tanaka food. While walking on a railroad track, some dogs attack Mitsui and knock her off. The kids rush to help their mother but find her leg broken. They help her recover, but the dogs attack again. A steam train sounds then. Everyone is surprised when the train stops midway to pick up the family. Coal powers the train. Mitsui's family and wounds are treated inside. Yoshiyuki's body washes up on a riverbank next. He wakes up and reaches a truck. His family's steam train passes. Yoshiyuki's smoke torch attracts attention. The family is happy to reunite when the train stops. He travels by train. They finally find Mitsui's father and moves in. In the next scene, the power has been out for 2 years and 126 days. The Suzuki family has lived in the lovely village of Kagoshima for a long time. They are happy because they can fish and make their own clothes. Yoshiyuki wakes up one day to the sound of an alarm clock. Then, when the power comes back, the whole village wakes up. The phones start to ring and the light bulbs start to work. No one knows for sure what brought the power back, but everyone is shocked. After a few weeks, the family is back to doing what they always did in Tokyo. The outage that lasted for 2.5 years was caused by a solar flare, according to the news. Some people think it was done by a terrorist group, but the real reason is still not known. At the end of the movie, the family gets a picture that was taken to them by a stranger while they were on the road. People learn to appreciate the little things they used to take for granted when the power went out. For example, the hard times the Suzuki family had to go through brought them closer together than ever before. So guys, that's it for today. If you liked this video, then give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more movie recaps. Also, comment your favorite movie name you'd like to get an explanation on. Thanks for watching.